a little sensitive. He's a little sensitive about people coming in, throwing in a couple lines of text. We are not. We don't mind at all. Joining me tonight, my good friend Ricky's sitting over there in the other booth. Rick, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fabulous, Chris. How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to back here. Ricky's what's up. You know, Phoenix, it's a hot track. It's not the most banked track out there. You touch the apron in 4, you're going to go around. If you hit the accelerator pedal too hard in 4, you're going to go around. There's not a lot that's keeping these tires from going around on the tonight.
You know, the air temperature right now is only about 77 degrees. Wind's blowing about 9 miles per hour out of the west. So it's going to be interesting to see. This track is warm now, even though the air temp is kind of cool. We've been watching practice here go around, and we're seeing a lot of cars having issues. I know last time we were watching some of these guys do some practice, you know, it was 1-2 laps, and then all of a sudden somebody would kick free. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, we got a big list of cars, and we've got a little over 8.5 minutes left of warming up. Other than that, I think we're going to be just about ready to go. Do want to go ahead and mention I made a terrible mistake last week. I ended up deleting the race, and I feel horrible about that. I'll own up to it. It was my fault. We're not going to do that again tonight. Tonight, we're going to let it roll, and we're going to have some Phoenix action. I want to say thank you to everybody who's shown up already. 8 minutes left to practice. Then we do some qualifying. We'll get going on 100 laps here at Phoenix. And that's going to happen right after these words.
Down the wrong hole, and I was trying to.
And we are back just like that. We're having some fun here tonight. We're gonna enjoy this race. Man, right now, Justin McDuff, absolutely on fire. He is leading the way around this track. It's a 1 mile track. 27.492, his best effort. And right behind him at 27.49. 549, excuse me, AJ Handel, Jeff Applegreen running in 3rd place on the speed chart. Troy Radford, and not a newcomer by any means, but one of the set of Tom Task, joining us again in the 99 car. Good to see him from the Netherlands.
I do believe you're correct, Chris. It's great to have Eric back here on track with us, and you know, it's going to be really fun watching him. He's a really good iRacer here, so we're glad to have you back.
Can barely hear us. Linda, thank you very much for that. I hope that little tweak right there helps out quite a bit. And if that doesn't work, I can do some others just to help out the situation. You let me know. We're here for you, and we want to make sure that you can enjoy this as much as possible. In fact, I'm going to put it right on KD. Might as well let you see the grandson. He's sitting there on pit road. Hopefully everybody can hear us well now. And it's tough. These cars get loud and quiet depending on what camera's being shown, but hopefully it's all working out really well for us right now. Here comes KD out on track. Running that sun drop tonight, Rick.
And I love that paint, man. I mean, a lot of eye paints that you see out there actually have the sun drop, so and the flames. I just, you know, KD did a really good job of that paint. I'm mighty proud of it myself. I think it looks great.
Linda's shouting out, "Hey, there's my boy," or that's my boy rather. Linda, I'm happy to bring him to you. Hey, if you guys have a favorite driver you want me to kick in on their camera, you let me know. I'll be happy to do it tonight. Try and keep up with the action. 30 plus cars so far on track, getting ready to go here at Phoenix for 100 plus miles of action. And man, we're getting ready to go. Rick, I'm excited for this one.
I am too. 100 laps, Chris. It's going to be really interesting. Like we already talked about, this track is very slick, so it's going to be really cool to see what happens. But the paint jobs, they're still out there this week. It looks good. These guys are practicing hard, getting ready. A couple cars going around there, but I think we're in for a good show tonight.
Everywhere you look on track, people are spinning as they're trying to figure out where the fast spots are. Just warm up, so no big deal, and it doesn't really mean anything. But eventually, you got to find a line you're going to be comfortable running.
And that's going to be one of the big things here, Chris. You know, Phoenix has a lot of racing lines. Everybody likes to do their things a little bit different. Some people like to cut the dog leg a little bit, others don't. So that's another thing that's going to be real interesting to see how these guys fall into line and do what they have to do to put in some good racing. And there's one car out there that I've been watching, Chris. It looks mighty good on track. It was actually the car that I was supposed to drive this season, but then we decided to bring all the action here and bring back, well, our new thing, Catamount Racing Network, which used to be called Racing for a Cause TV. But I want to give a special shout out and thank you to AJ, the Green Mountain Madman Hamill, and the number 18, Chris, driving my Lyme disease car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool of AJ picking up everybody's causes who's not able to race. Thank you very much, AJ. It doesn't go unnoticed. I will tell all members of Racing for a Cause, be on the lookout in the next couple of days. Got a couple of special things coming down the pipeline for you. And actually, speaking of AJ Hamill, he's going to be the one posting about one half of it. I'll be posting the other half coming up in the next couple of days. Keep an eye out. Again, members for Racing for a Cause, but we're not going to limit it there. Just to give you a little tidbit of information, we're going to be hoping to get a full field sometime next month. And we'll go into more details as they emerge from my head and also from AJ Hamill's head. Be scared, be very afraid. Linda, I hope that you're able to hear us much better at this point. You haven't said anything, so I'm assuming that you can. Or maybe you haven't said anything because you can't. I don't know. You let me know. I appreciate it. Don't worry about Nightbot. If he has problems with you again, I'll spank it. There's the driver of the number 2 car. Terry Renner joined us in the second episode of Across the Infield this past week. It was a real pleasure getting to know Terry a little bit better and having a little fun with him too. He's a great guy, very funny. And if you haven't checked it out yet, right here on the Catamount Racing Network page, feel free to check out the podcast. Look for episode 2 of Across the Infield, and you too can get to know Terry Renner just a little bit better, if you want to. On board right now, Troy Radford in the 94 car. Troy just getting back from an extended stay, not the psych ward, but he went to Florida with the wife and kids, had a little vacation time. Welcome back from Disney, Troy. Now it's time to make all that money back up.
Now, right around last year, this time, Chris, I was in the same boat that T-Roy was in. I took a little extended vacation there down to Daytona Beach and Disney World. And let me tell you, when you come back, even though it's only a week or so, and you come back, you get in these cars, it's not that you forget how to drive, but you have to regain that focus that you're so used to. Because, I mean, these guys, you know, they're racing more than one night a week. I mean, you know, these guys do a lot of things together. They're always practicing. We do run another series over at Racing for a Cause. So you kind of lose that seat time and that feeling, and you get relaxed. So, you know, that's going to be interesting to see how that folds out too, as it looks like we're getting ready to go into qualifying.
Yes, sir. Qualifying coming right up. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the number 20 car, Justin McDuff. He was the fastest in the warm-up phase, so we're going to follow him and see how that goes for him. McDuff lays down a pretty good first lap of a 27.546. 27.546 for McDuff. Not good enough. AJ Hamill comes around 27.392, picking up 0.2 of a second on him.
Either way that works out, Chris, I know one man who's going to be happy, and that is the man himself over in Morrisville, Vermont, Arts Barbershop. He's on the hood of the number 20 of Justin McDuff, along with the Locks of Love cause. So that's great to see. AJ Hamill has a little bit of a tie with that. That's his dad that owns that place, so that's kind of cool. Usually Arts Barbershop is on his car also, but again, AJ was nice enough to race my car. So right now, AJ on that 18 is sitting on the pole.
Qualifying efforts really starting to work their way around here. We're on board 94 car T-Roy Radford as Troy starts taking some laps. Eric Tesk with a little damage to the right front. Still ends up with a 5th fastest time so far. On board the 23 machine, Mike Stanley. Check out the 49 car of Greg Myers. Greg with that white and purple. Rick, that's it. End of qualifying. Oh, Rick. And Rick has stepped away.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there
just
he is.
having a little
All
bit of
right,
an
here
issue
we go.
here with my software trying to get it to work here. My numbers are all over the place.
Well, you know what? That's all right.
It's all good. It's all good. We're good. All right. So as the cars start loading up, Chris, it looks like AJ kept the pole position. So tonight's Racing for a Cause pole award goes to the number 18 of AJ Hamill. On the outside of him is the 09 of David Roach, who comes in second. Qualifies second. We got Justin McDuff in the 20 machine, qualifies third. Al Smith Jr. in the 96 is starting fourth, Chris. We got Eric coming back with us. He's going to be starting fifth. What a way to come back. Brian Hacker in the 11th is next to him, starting sixth place, Chris. We have Jeffrey Applegren in the 9, starting 7th. John Johnson in the 22, starting 8th. We got Bobby Summers in the 24, starting 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is number 2, Terry Renner. Number 11th is going to be AJ Rogers in the 17 machine. Aaron Tolhurst in the 98 is going to be starting 12th. Ricky Harden, who we just finished watching qualify, ended up starting in the 13th position in that 21 machine. We got Connor Parisi in the 95, who's going to be starting 14th. We have KD in the 88. He is starting 15th. Armando Ortiz in the 25 is starting 16th. Jeffrey Clifton in the 15 is starting 17th. James McIntyre Jr. in the 06 is starting 18th. James Edward in the 5, he's starting 19th. Rounding out the top 20 is going to be Rick Greenaway in the 69 machine, starting 20th. Mike Stanley in the 23 is going to be starting 21st. Hilton Young in the 38 machine, starting 22nd. Ryan Wilson in the 72 is going to be 23rd. Doug Wysocki in the 45 machine, qualified 24th. Greg Myers is going to be rounding out the field in spot 25 in that number 49 machine, Chris.
All right, there we go. 25 cars getting set to take the green flag. Pace car guides them off from pit road. And you see the 18 car, your pole sitter, AJ Hamill tonight. Getting ready to do 100 laps of action here at Phoenix. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I want to send out a special thank you to all of the generous people that have come out spending some time with us here tonight at Catamount Racing Network. We're watching Racing for a Cause, getting ready and set to do action here again at Phoenix. I know right now the ticker's wrong. It will correct itself as this race gets going. It's Hamill up front. David Roach on the outside. And we are green flag racing. Hamill to the inside. Roach trying to figure out a way in. Can't do it. He's stuck on the outside. Down onto the apron. AJ Hamill. Justin McDuff followed him through, making hay. McDuff up to second. Eric Task up to third.
These guys had a really good start, Chris. They're just trying to figure out what they want to do. Some guys like the high line, some guys like the low line. And it's going to be real interesting to see. But right now, the number 18 is out front, followed by his friend Justin McDuff in the 20.
But under pressure right now, Eric Test trying to figure out a way around that 20 car. The 99 looking strong here early on at Phoenix. We have caution out on the track.
That might have involved the 0-1 of Chris Berg. Chris, he's just coming out of pit road now.
I don't see any major damage to the 01 car, so hopefully all is going to be well, and he'll kick back up in that throttle and get up front. It's our 88 car. Doug Johnson. Let's take a peek. If you're saying he was involved, it might have been a self-spin because I see no damage on the 8 car.
Now it looks like Doug Johnson in the 8 machine, Chris. He started 31st. He's currently scored as 18, so he's moved up 5 positions, or quite a bit there. Not exactly sure. Like you said, I'm not seeing any damage on that 8 machine at all. Definitely want to say welcome to all the people that are out there. We got some people out in chat. We got Linda. We got SRTV Network. We got Nate Jr. just showing up. Sorry you're late. Haven't missed much, buddy. We're only on lap 5 of 100. So welcome. Thank you for coming out on this Tuesday night to spend time with us. I know this is one track, definitely SRTV, that you can definitely do that on. I mean, you know, it's very, very slick out there tonight. We did knock down the temperatures down just a little bit. We're trying to put the best kind of clean racing that we possibly can. So we've been kind of adjusting things this season, especially out, you know, on the west swing. Just because the tracks are so hot and greasy, but it doesn't seem like much has changed out here. I mean, it is very, very easy. I did a little bit of self-testing here just to see kind of what it was like, and it was very slick for me, especially after about 5 to 10 laps. I noticed my tires were really slick, so it's going to be interesting to see.
We're getting set to go back green flag racing. Cars are starting to file up 2 by 2. This time by pace car lights should go off, meaning one more time around the track before we go live green flag racing again. Pace car leading the field down the backstretch. It's going to take a nice left-hand turn coming onto pit road here in just a moment. Eventually, I'm going to talk about that little apron move you just saw a couple of cars make there, but we'll get there under green flag, I'm thinking. So it's Hamill, McDuff, Tesk, your top 3. Roach back to 4th. Al Smith Jr. running 5th. Brian Hacker 6th. Jeff Applegren is 7th. AJ Rogers, Bobby Summers, and Terry Renner, your top 10, as they get ready to come back down, and AJ Hamill mashes the go button.
He's definitely doing really good on the restarts there, Chris, as he's able to pull away a little bit there from the 20, but the 20 quickly catches up. And there's that little move that you were just talking about.
A lot of times going down on the apron is very, very dangerous. In that one corner, you can pick up a little bit of time. Is it going to be the one that decides the race? We'll have to wait and find out. Tesk right now underneath McDuff for 2nd place. Al Smith Jr. looking to follow. McDuff is following back. Good battle up front. see a lot of cars diving down onto that apron, trying to pick up a little bit here and a little bit there, but we're under caution once again. Looks like we may be starting to see the first pit stops of the night. Oh, Hamill almost fakes out Tesk. He almost had him. Tesk was almost committed and he dropped, or he came back up on the line. That blue car that came around the front, that was Peyton Johnson getting his lap back. Peyton Johnson rejoins the car's not a lap down. He's now on the lead lap. That 85 car. Be very surprised not see him pit. He's at the end of the lead lap. I could see him pitting right now.
It might be a good time for him to definitely do that. Go and get 4 new Goodyear racing tires and some Sunoco racing fuel, Chris. We'll see what happens. It looks like he's going to go by, though.
Yeah, he goes by. A little surprising. I think if I was in that position, I think I probably would have come in. Well, there he is, AJ Hamill on the number 18 car. Started first, currently first. It's a fast lap, 27.785. So, you know, a couple of tenths slower, but that's race pace as opposed to a qualifying lap. So we kind of expect that.
Looks like NASCAR threw another caution, Chris, just to tighten up the field, make sure that all the debris is off the track. So we got a couple more laps here under caution tonight. Since we have a little bit of time, Chris, I think I'm going to bring up the number 18, AJ Hamill, just to see how it's going. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
AJ Hamill on the 18. You got Chris and Rick up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. Number one, I want to say thank you for racing my paint scheme. You're doing us proud there with the Lime Warriors. How's the track feel out there tonight?
Boy, I wish I had a little more laps to figure it out. It was pretty much like practice. I think if we ever get this thing moving, it'll get a little more slick.
Yeah, it looks pretty slick out there, buddy. But hey, we just wanted to bring you up, see what was going on. We wish you luck. Congratulations on getting the pole award tonight, and maybe we'll be talking to you again later.
Thanks. Let's hope so.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
That was AJ Hamill, driver of the 18 car, your leader right now. On his outside, the 99 car, Eric Tesk. Eric's been moving up very steadily. hoping to do it again as he's starting on the outside of the pole on this restart. Al Smith Jr. going to be starting on the inside, second row. His outside is the 20 car, Justin McDuff.
So to mention, as these cars are going around, Chris, these paint jobs that these people have put on their cars, just outstanding. One that we haven't seen as we go green here, that we haven't seen though, is the number 96 of Al Smith Jr. with that yellow, and it looks beautiful.
It's a sharp looking car. Sunoco JDRF. Al Smith Jr. able to get ahead of Eric Tesk, but it's temporary as Tesk is right back around him on the inside. Al Smith relegates himself back into third. He's going to follow Tesk to see if they can catch AJ Hamill tonight.
Watching a little further back in the pack, Chris, I was watching the number 69 of Rick Greenaway in that Sim Speed Shop car. He got a little loose there. He was able to save it though, but he fell back a couple of positions. A little bit of tire spin, I'm thinking.
To his inside, the 94, Troy Radford works his way up to 16th. Troy Radford starts on outside of road of the 20th position, up to 16th right now in the 94 car. Caution's out. It's the number 69, Rick Greenaway. Don't know what caused it, but caution is out. 69 car involved.
I noticed, like I said, on that restart there, Chris, he definitely hit the wall there pretty hard on the right-hand side. But he got a little loose there coming out of the corner, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I mean, we've already talked about the track. It's very, very slick and very easy to do a spin here, especially if you get on the gas just a little bit too hard. That car will kick out on you. That's unfortunate for the 69 of Rick Greenaway tonight, though.
It looks like he's maintaining position at 18th. He does have some right front damage, as you said, but Phoenix is not at all a drafting track. I think he's going to be okay. As long as the steering isn't too badly damaged, I think he'll be just fine. And this time by Hamill comes down pit road. Tesk decides, nope, I'm staying out for the lead. And everybody else looks like they're coming down pit road. "23 laps of 100, and here they come."
Wonder what's going through the mind of Eric right now in that 99 machine, Chris. Like you said, he's the only one that stayed out. Everybody else is going in for 4 new tires and some Sunoco racing fuel. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this strategy pans out.
It looks like there are a couple. I saw Troy Radford out there. Doug Johnson in the 8 car. He's going to be out there. Terry Renner, he's out there. So there's a few cars out there that did not pit I don't know if I like that strategy or not. I certainly, you know, 23 laps out of 100. It seems like it's a little early to pit, sure. I don't know.
Well, one thing that these guys gained that didn't go in is they just reclaimed a lot of track position. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, T. Wright Radford. You know, he was back there around 18th place. He's now moved up quite a bit. But there's going to be a problem. Those cars behind him, Chris, that are starting to come up now, they all have fresh tires. So it's going to be real interesting to see if he's going to be able to hold on to that position. Maybe he's praying for another caution to come out so that way he can, you know, go in and get some fresh tires and still reclaim some of those spots. But it's going to get real interesting to see how this works out.
Yeah, right now, looks like he's going to be starting second. Eric Tesk first. A couple of cars did peel off and hit pit road. The 8 car of Doug Johnson, the 2 car of Terry Rennert. So those cars peeled off. That's going to put AJ Hamill third, Al Smith Jr. fourth, Justin McDuff fifth. A name I haven't said yet, but he's been up in top 10 all night. Brian Hacker in the 11 car running 6th. Jeff Applegren running in 7th place in the 9 car. AJ Rogers running in 8th. KD has made his way up to 9th place in the 88 car. There you go, Graham. And 10th place right now, David Roach. So top 10 full of big names. We're going to see if they can make it happen. You got a couple of cars on old tires are making up your front row. Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go back green flag racing. Rick, why don't you take this one?
All right, bud. And the pace car makes that left-hand turn, Chris. We're getting ready. And there we go. We are green.
Test with a huge hole shot,
really
man.
Good. Really good start there. One thing that him and Troy were definitely worried about, Chris, is you got to get a nice smooth restart so all their tires so that way you don't spin. It looks like they did a really good job. Eric's getting a good gap. But we'll see what happens. The 18's right there looking on the inside of the 94. We'll see what happens here in a couple of laps. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything right off the bat.
The 99 and the 94 are duking it out on old tires. Right behind them, AJ Hamill in the 18 running third. So far, those old tires haven't given up that much by the looks of it. Maybe just a little as Troy moves up the track a little bit tight there. Besides, he's going to cut down hard on the 99. The 99 has enough momentum to stay up front. Eric Tesk doing what he needs to do in that Susan G. Coleman car. Troy Radford got very tight after that turn. And that allows the 18 car to come up side by side. He got the inside on Troy. AJ Hamill up to second. Al Smith Jr. trying to poke a hole too, but not able to do it yet. There up front as we are under caution again. Yeah, Tim, it really was. I was not expecting to see those old tires handling as well as they are. And yet, Eric certainly able to maintain some lead and get some gap on second and third. Troy, you saw falter. I think he just got tight. I think he missed his line a little bit. Got himself tight, pushed himself up the track, and AJ Hamill able to take advantage. Nonetheless, we are under caution here again. And now it's a question of, does that 99 come down? Does the 94 come down? On the original tires here at Phoenix, eventually they have to pit. They're not going to make it on fuel, so we know they're going to come down at some point. Is this the time they do it?
I'd be very surprised, Chris, if they actually don't come down for tires. Right now, it looks like they're both still staying out, though.
The 99 and the 94 say, nope, not yet. And they stay out. Yeah, you're right, Tim. I mean, somebody might take that chance on a late caution. And certainly, we've had a few of them here, as we kind of expected out of Phoenix. It's pretty bad when you can throw a dart at a dartboard, make it land on Phoenix, and know exactly what kind of race you're going to be looking at, and then to have it come to fruition. But, you know, that being said, we have seen a lot of movement so far, and I expect to see some more, as this one is far from over.
Well, we're talking about the schedule, Chris. You know, next week we are continuing on our westward sweep. We're going to be finishing it up in Auto Club Speedway for the Service King 75. That's going to be interesting. And then we're off for 2 weeks. We're off on March 27th and April 3rd for the off weeks. Just a reminder for the viewers out there, if you're new to Catamount Racing Network and racing for a Cause Xfinity series, they are following the actual Xfinity NASCAR series schedule. So if the Xfinity guys are off, we're also off. So it looks like we're going to have a 2-week break here coming up after Auto Club next week. And then we're going to be returning back on April 10th. We're going to be at Texas Motor Speedway, which is going to be really interesting. Then we have my favorite track, your favorite track, Chris, Bristol Motor Speedway. And then we're going to be moving on to Richmond and Talladega and Dover before we're off again for another 2 weeks. So we got some really great tracks coming up here. But first, these guys got to tame Phoenix and get through it. We'll see what happens. Right now, the 99 is staying out on those old tires. You got T-Roy Radford in the 94 also staying out. AJ Hamill reclaims second position, Chris, with those fresh tires in the 18 machines. So it's going to get interesting here.
Got an eye on the 86 car, Rick. Last week's winner, Jerry West. Want to congratulate him again. It was a very, very good race that he had last week. And the long run ability was definitely on display out of the 86 machine last week. Haven't really had a real long run yet. I'm sure it's going to happen, and that's when you start looking for that 86. Pace lights are off. We're getting set to go back green flag racing. Before we do, we want to take a quick peek at the point standings right now. Douglas Saki up front with 1 win. 1 top 5, just ultra consistent. Jeffrey Clifton also with 1 win. Gerald West also with 1 win. So these guys are getting it done. 3 different races, and we've had 3 different winners. So let's see if we have a 4th tonight. This is going to be amazing if we do.
Oh, it definitely is, Chris. I mean, Jeffrey Clifton started the season off right with a win over at Daytona. Douglas Wysocki wins Atlanta, and like you just said, Gerald West last week took Las Vegas. So it's going to be real interesting to see. We have a couple of new names in the league again this week. We have Eric, who came back, and as we know from prior seasons, he knows how to drive. So it's going to be real interesting to see. But there are some big names behind him, so it's going to be interesting as we go green.
With a really nice hole shot again. Eric Tesk up front. 18 car closes in hard on that rear bumper. AJ Hamill looking to try and get back to the lead in the 18 car. Tesk doing it on older tires. Hamill doing it on fresh tires. In third, Troy Radford hanging out there on those old tires. Tesk, Radford have not pitted yet. 34 laps into this one.
34 laps, that 18 is definitely looking on the outside, Chris, hoping to be able to make a move, but I'm not sure if that's exactly where he wants to be. It always seems like he likes to cut the dog leg like these guys just did. So it's going to be interesting to see as he does pull forward a little bit, but the 99 still has that momentum to hang on to the lead. But AJ Hamill is right there.
AJ Hamill looking to try and reclaim the race lead, and he has it. The 18 car back up front. Eric Tesk had nothing for him, really. Hamill had some serious momentum coming on from 4 on the outside. Now it's the 94 car trying to get past Tesk, and he's following in his footsteps. Those cars blocked on bumper to bumper, but no, the 94 looks a little low, not able to make it, backs off. Good driving there by the 94 car. Doesn't want to cause an accident, and he did what he had to do. He backed right off from that.
Mr. Radford's a smart driver, Chris. He knows, you know, what he can do to push that car, but he also seems to know where that limit is. So I think that was really smart as he's running on those old tires.
Battle for 5th place. You have Justin McDuff in the 20, Brian Hacker in the 11, looking underneath. On the outside, the 9 car, Jeffrey Applegren, AJ Rogers right behind him. Oh my lord, they're all over the place. Justin McDuff seems to have gotten the better of it though. And Applegren goes to the outside of Hacker. 4 position. Jeff Applegren up to 6th place on the outside of Hacker.
Looks like the 17 car of AJ Rogers, Chris, is looking just to see what's going to happen between those two, waiting for that one little spot to open up so that way maybe he can take 2 positions there.
Well, Brian Hacker thinks better of trying to race with the 9 car of Jeff Applegren so early in the race. Decides to go single file, and that's probably not a bad idea. Let those tires cool down just a little bit. Put the charge back on. Up front, AJ Hamill has built up a little bit of a lead. 0.4 of a second over Eric Tesk. Troy Radford still running in 3rd. Well, Rick, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through it or not, but we're going to try. We're going to really, really try. We're going to try and, you know, crank it up.
Not hold that up right now, Chris. It looks like we're under caution.
We're under caution, so we're not going to crank it up. Ooh, that was close. Almost did it. Almost pushed the button. Ooh. Okay, well, here we go again. We are under caution. Tesk, Radford running 2 and 3, but they have not taken a pit stop yet.
There's not very many cars out there that have not taken, Chris, but another one that hasn't is the 06 of James McIntyre Jr. Looks like Peyton Johnson, the 85. He's sitting back in 14th position right now, Chris. He's yet to come into pits. Hilton Young in the 38. So these guys, I'm not sure. Maybe they're just trying to stretch it out as long as they possibly can to see what happens.
Tesk and Radford down pit road. AJ Hamill stays out front. Tesk and Radford 2 and 3 position vehicles are on pit road. Out of sync. We're gonna have to see how that works out at the end of the race, but lap 42 before they take their first pit stop.
They definitely got their monies out of those tires, Chris.
Yes, they did.
So my scoring screen is all caught up, Chris. It looks like the 99 of Eric Teske starting going to be retaking the green in 12th position, followed right next door to T. Roy Radford, the number 94, in 13th.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing. So Tesk and Radford, 12th and 13th, falling from 2nd and 3rd. They are now on fresh tires, though, by about 20 laps. So we're going to have to see how it works out for them. It's going to be interesting, and I got a smile on my face as I'm thinking about all the possibilities. And I'm really wondering, we've got 56 laps to go. They've made one pit stop. Is it enough on fuel? Can they make it the rest of the way? They've already shown that they're willing to go on tires.
I think that's going to come down to seeing how, if any future cautions fall, Chris. I mean, these guys are able to save a little bit of fuel taking it easy on these pace laps. So that will be interesting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Right now, as the lights come off on the pace car, Chris, we have A.J. Hamill sitting in first, Al Smith Jr. in second, Justin McDuff in third, Jeffrey Applegren in fourth, Brian Hacker moves up to fifth, A.J. Rogers moves up to sixth, seventh is KD in the 88 machine. A good move. We got Connor Precy, who makes it up into the top 10 in eighth, Bobby Sumner's in the 24, and here we go.
Yeah, A.J. Hamill hits the go button. And that 18 car has no problem. It took right off. Al Smith Jr., Justin McDuff fighting it out for second place right now. The 20 on the inside, on the apron. Has a little bit of a stretch on the 96 car of Al Smith Jr., but we are under caution again. Quick caution this time. Looking around for it, but I'm not finding anything too out of the ordinary. I'm wondering
if it's another spin, maybe. As I was scrolling through, Chris, it might have been Hilton Young in the 38. He was back a little further. Not exactly sure what happened, but he definitely has some rear end damage there.
Got Fisher throwing out a go Tyler Sabo.
I believe the caution came out due to the number 38 Hilton Young there. I'm wondering if he spun out just a little bit and nailed the backside of his car, because his trunk lid and his rear bumper are totally messed up right now.
Yeah, the front end's not too good either. Oh boy, that back end, yes. Absolutely, that thing is crunched. Oh. Okay, Jerry. I thought it might be you, but I wasn't positive. It's a neat trick, driving the car and typing at the same time.
Now the question is Mr. West actually doing the typing, or does he have a crew chief sitting next to him? I forgot to change accounts. It's all good, buddy. I'm not sure. I don't see Tyler Sabo in the field tonight, Chris. He might be taking the week off.
Yeah, I didn't see him in there either, actually.
All right, the lights are off on the pace car, Chris. Looks like we're going to be going green at the halfway point of this race, lap 50 of 100. We'll see what happens. We got AJ Hamilton in the 18th in first, Al Smith Jr. in second, followed by Justin McDuff and Jeffrey Applegren as the green flag drops and they take off. 96 gets a really good run there on the outside, Chris, but I don't think he's going to have enough to do it as AJ Hamilton just glides into that corner nice and easy, followed by Justin McDuff in the 20 machine. Looking back, T-Roy Radford just had a really nice front slide there. Very good job on saving that there, T-Roy. In the 94 machine, like I said, he's sitting back there in 13th. Eric Teskey, another person that was up front there leading a little bit. In the 99, he's sitting in 11th right now, Chris.
We're going to keep a little bit of an eye on those two drivers as they do have the new tires. So we're going to see what happens with them, see if they actually benefit. If we can get a long enough green flag run, they just might. All right, Rick. Well, I teased it. I'm going to do it. We're going to go, and crank her up.
Let's do it.
Back under caution.
Looked like the number 85, Chris Peyton Johnson, got a little bit loose there. He slid up into the back wall there. His back end is now a little bit messed up, but he's able to reclaim it and get back out and do what he's got to do. I was watching that one live from the Goodyear blimp.
Oh yeah, we have one of those cameras. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. All right, leaders are coming down pit road. AJ Hamel says, "I'll take 4 and fuel, please." And everybody else following him except for, you guessed it, the 99 and the 94. Eric Tesk and Troy Radford.
That's exactly what they were waiting for, Chris. I mean, we kind of saw it coming, but it was hard to tell. You know, I mean, obviously they're going to stay out. They have the newest tires out in the field, so that's going to get real interesting. They did some big moves there from around 11th and 13th position up to 1st and 2nd again.
Yeah, Linda, you're not kidding. It has been a race of cautions. Sometimes this is the way Phoenix is. It's a hot track. It's a slippery track. Not a lot of banking. And if you don't hit those apex turns just so, you're gonna go around, and I'm afraid that's what's happening tonight with a few drivers.
Right now, according to my count, Chris, this is the 6th caution that's come out right now. We've done 21 laps. We're going to get a few more here under caution as that ticks away. Graham's out there watching right now, Chris. KD and that number 80 machine is sitting in 10th position. You're absolutely right. You know, that's one thing about this track. It's got a really unique driving style. Like you said, not much banking. I mean, there is a little bit there, but it's very, very slick no matter what you do. And if you don't hit those corners just right, you're going to slide. If you get on the gas just a little bit too hard as you're coming out of one of those corners, you're going to slide. So, you know, we've had some good racing up till now, Chris. I mean, you know, I think this is the most cautions that we've had so far this season. So it is a tough track, and we got more good racing coming up, though. I mean, Auto Club next week, that's going to be fabulous. I did some practicing there last night in my number 72 MS Society truck, and that was another track that, again, we're out west. You know, the sun's there. Those tracks are always slick, but I'm looking forward to Auto Club.
Yeah, Auto Club's going to be a fun track to watch, but first we got to make it there. And definitely going to have some busy crew members trying to straighten these cars out before next week. That being said, pace car lights are off. Eric Tesk, Troy Radford make up your front row. Jeffrey Applegren in the 9, inside, second row. Connor Parisi on the outside, second row. Justin McDuff, 5th place. AJ Hamill, 6th. Terry Rennert, 7th. Al Smith Jr., 8th. Armando Ortiz, 9th. And KD, he rounds out your top 10. Pace car is getting ready to jump down pit road. The 99 car getting ready to go. And he hits the go pedal. Eric Tesk with a fine restart. Jeff Applegren followed him. Jeff Applegren taking second away from Troy Radford. Troy Radford battling back on the outside.
Yeah, the caution's out again, Chris. Not quite sure what happened there, Chris.
Neither am I, but maybe look at Douglas Saki.
Right now, the 45 machine sitting in 20th position.
Tim, thanks for coming out, bud. Have yourself a good flight. Hope it's safe. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
You have a great night, Mr. Hale. Thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate it, bud. Have a good, safe trip, and we will see you in sunny California Auto Club, my friend.
Would like to thank everybody else who's out here watching us here on Catamount Racing Network. Really do appreciate you taking time out of your Tuesday night to join us as we watch Racing for a Cause, the Xfinity Series, every Tuesday night. As long as there's a real race going on in the real Xfinity Series, there's a real race going on here at Racing for a Cause. And right now we've got a barn burner as Eric Tesk is out there in the 99 car. He's got Jeffrey Applegren. He's going to be lining up on the outside second row after this caution. Troy Radford in the 94 is going to make up the inside second row. Connor Parisi outside second row. Justin McDuff in the 20 car going to be 5th place.
You got the 18 of AJ Hamill sitting in 6th place on the restart, Chris. Next to him is going to be Al Smith Jr. in the 96 and 7th. KD moves up to the 8th position, the 88 machine. Mr. Terry M. Renner in the 2 is going to be 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the 11 of Brian Hecker.
Yeah, we'll go 5 more. Ricky Harden going to restart 11th. David Roach 12th. Bobby Summers 13th. Jeffrey Clifton 14th. And James McIntyre Jr. running in 15th.
Going back a little further is going to be the 01 of Chris Berg, new member to Racing for a Cause there. He's going to be starting 16th. 17th is going to be Rick Greenaway in the 69 machine, followed by John Johnson, the 22nd, 18th. Doug Wysocki in the 45 is going to be 19th, and rounding out the top 20 is going to be Greg Myers in the 49 machine.
Eric Tesk looking to have a really good restart again as he's got Jeff Applegren. Jeff's been working his way up the field. Very fast 9 car tonight. Jeffrey Applegren on the outside trying to figure out a way to crack Eric Tesk in that 99 car. Can he get around him? Eric has been having some phenomenal restarts. I've seen that too, Fisher, and I think it's because of the sheer number of cars that are out there. It really does throw a fit with the software that's used in these overlays. And, well, to be perfectly frank, this overlay isn't exactly complete, but we're running it as best we can. And speaking of, Eric Tesk running that 99 car up front as best as he can. Applegren on the outside in the 9, Troy Radford in the 94, battling it out for second position.
But right behind T-Roy Radford, somebody we haven't got a chance to talk about too much tonight. Connor Parisi in that number 95 machine is out there looking to take over 3rd place. We'll see what happens there.
The 18 car, AJ Hamill, really tight in that last corner, up against the wall, trying to find speed, maybe trying to diamond the corner. Not where he wants to be, though. He's kind of more at home on the inside, as we've seen throughout this race. Yeah, Fisher, again, I appreciate it. I'm hoping at some point we are able to finish this thing up and get it running tip-top shape. But, you know, it'll do for now. If here's a question about a car number that doesn't have a name, you give us an ask. We'll definitely make sure to figure out who it is and let you know. The 9 car, Jeff Applegren, really doing a good job, staying right on the back bumper of Eric Tesk. 94, Troy Radford, also doing a good job. It's solid 3rd place finish or run right now for Troy Radford. Connor Parisi, the monster of the GRC. Connor Parisi running in 4th. Justin McDuff running 5th.
I'm watching a little ways back, Chris. I'm watching the 88 of KD Osmond. That's right. I remembered. He moved up to 7th position, but right behind him, Al Smith Jr. is looking to take that position back, so that's going to be interesting. Ooh, not sure exactly what happened to the 18 there, Chris. He shot way out. That allowed the 88 of KD to catch up and the cautions back.
It looks like AJ is really trying to push that car for everything it's worth right now, and it's not reacting the way he wants it to. As I've seen him getting tight, I've seen him getting loose. I know he desperately wants to finish top 3 tonight.
Not exactly sure if it was the number 72 of Ryan Wilson that brought up that caution, or if it was the 69 Rick Greenaway. The 69 machine has gone down pit road for some repairs, so we'll be watching him to see if he comes back out on the track tonight, Chris.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. We're going to run just a quick little commercial. We'll be back right on the other side. And just like that, we're back. You didn't miss us, did you? Here's what you missed. Jeff Applegren came in. Oh, excuse me. Jeff Applegren is your new leader. Eric Tesk came in along with Troy Radford, probably their last pit stop of the night. So Tesk and Radford following each other, seemingly on the same pit stop schedule. Jeff Applegren in the 9 car, I can talk, is now your leader. Connor Parisi running second, Justin McDuff third, AJ Hamill fourth, Al Smith Jr. fifth. So top 5 has changed around a little bit. The man up front, that 9 car, like I said, he's been running very strong tonight. So somebody to keep an eye on, Jeff Applegren. You know, Rick, I'm not positive, but I heard Jeff Applegren was an alien.
I've heard the same thing, Chris. Definitely alien status. But one little tidbit of news that I want to bring, I was just down into the pit stall, the number 69 Sim Speed Shop Chevy and Camaro, and it looks like there might be a little bit of a handling issue. So Rick Greenaway may be calling it a night there. I just watched him come around the track, Chris. He was coming back down pit road, possibly to do a little bit more repair as we're sitting under caution, and his car turned immediately right and hit the barriers at the start of pit road. So kind of interesting to see. That's unfortunate for the 69 machine.
Heavy damage on that 69. Looks like he's not willing to give it up yet. He's coming back out on track just to check handling.
And I just want to throw this out here. Lap 73, we'll have to let Greeny know to check out the broadcast here later on tonight. But you know, if he needs to take a night off or something, come around Talladega season or something like that, you know, he wants to sit up in the booth, I'll gladly offer his contract.
Of course he would.
Or I might have to call out sick. I might miss my flight there, and we'll see an unnamed car out there. I don't know. It'll be tough.
Well, the pace car lights are off again. Jeff Applegren in the 9 car is your race leader. Is outside, full of Connor Parisi, Justin McDuff sitting 3rd. AJ Hamill in the 18 car, up to 4th. Al Smith Jr. 5th. And we go green flag racing again. Jeffrey Applegren with a really nice restart. Connor Parisi trying to work his way down. He makes it down. Connor able to hold on to second. On the outside of Justin McDuff is the 18. Oh, they get together. The 18 car somehow able to save that. If we didn't see it live, no way would I have believed you. 18 car able to keep it going. Not at all what he wanted, as he loses a lot of positions.
That is unfortunate, but he did a good job on saving that, Chris. Lap 76 on 100, AJ Hamill, who has been dominating it up front most of the night tonight, is sitting back in 20th position. Actually, my scoring screen just told me 92.
Jeff Applegren up front in the 9 car, starting to build a little bit of a cushion back to Connor Parisi in the 95. Brian Hacker is back just a little ways, right on Brian Hacker's rear bumper. The 20 car, Justin McDuff.
86 of Jerry West just went way down onto the apron, Chris, as we've seen a lot of drivers do. It looks like he did it a little too soon, got a little bit loose, but he was able to hang on to it as he's sitting there battling the 88 KD Osmond. We'll see what happens there.
The 99 car, Eric Tesk, out of nowhere, up to 4th. The 99 car running on rails. He has been super strong. Oh, we had one into the wall. I didn't see the number. Caution flag is out. It's the 15 car, Jeffrey Clifton. We saw it. We saw him nose into the wall, and then it blinked out for a second, but tough break for Jeff Clifton. And I don't think Jeff Applegren is really happy to see that caution. He was happy being out front, and he's going to watch that gap go down to 0.
I was just handed a note, who I don't know from the actual crew chief of the 09, Chris. It is initialed TMR. Not sure what that is, but he said the alien's name and that's driving the number 9 car is actually Jeff Fafa.
Jeff Fafa, I see.
And the lights on the pace car are off, Chris. It looks like lap 84 of 100. We're going to be going green again. We got Jeff Applegren in the 9, leading the race. Connor Parisi in the 95, sitting in second. Justin McDuff in third. Eric Teskey in the 99 is back up to fourth. Al Smith Jr. in the 96, fifth. AJ Rogers the 17, starting sixth. KD Osmond in the 88 machine is sitting in seventh. P. Roy Radford in the 94 will be starting eighth. Ninth will be Jerry West, and rounding out the top 10 is Ricky Harden and Jerry West. And we are green again, Chris. Definitely going to get a start there from number 9. Connor Parisi sitting there trying to figure out what to do. But right behind him,
Right back to yellow. We are under yellow again. I know there's a track out there already that's called Too Tough to Tame, but tonight Phoenix seems to be proving out Too Tough to Tame here at Phoenix.
I know there's a lot of drivers out there, Chris, that are looking forward to the checkered flag of this one so they can put it in the history books and start practicing next week for Auto Club.
So your top 5 when we go back green flag racing, it's the same as last time. Appleton, Parisi, McDuff, Tesk, and Al Smith Jr. 1 through 5.
Got AJ Rogers going to be starting 6th. KD is going to be 7th. Troy Radford will be starting 8th. Ricky Harden will be taking the green at 9th. Jerry West rounding out the top 10. Going back a little further since we have some time, the 0-1 of Chris Berg will be restarting in 11th. Bobby Sumner's in the 24, 12th. David Roach will be 13th. James McIntyre Jr. will be 14th. John Johnson 15th. Peyton Johnson, the 85 machine, 16th. Greg Myers in the 49, 17th. Hilton Young sitting back there in 18th. AJ Hamlin, that 18 machine, will be restarting 19th. Ryan Wilson will be 20th.
Pace car, the lights are off again. We go around the track one more time. We're going to restart on lap number 89. It'll be 11 laps shootout. Try to decide who is going to win this race up front. Jeff Appleton in the 9, been very, very tough. A little further back in 4th, Eric Tesk has led some laps in this one. KD has worked his way up to 7th. Troy Radford up to 8th. Certainly some names that we have talked about tonight spread amongst the top 10, looking to see if they can figure out a way to get to the first spot on the lap that matters, lap 100.
KD's had a really good night though, Chris, in the 88 machine. He's constantly been in the top 10. Probably not exactly where he wants to be, but my hats are off to him as we go green.
Connor Parisi with a big blink. Eric Tesk making it 3 wide. Up the middle in the 99. Eric Tesk trying to figure out a way to get to second. And it's 3 wide again. Eric backs off wisely. Do not want to be 3 wide going into turn 4. We're under caution again.
There's one person though that was happy to see them go 3 wide, Chris, and it's right there, the number 9, the Owl, Jeffrey Applegren. You know, these guys are racing. He knows that that's just going to help him open up a gap. He's the last person to want to see this caution come out right now.
So it's been decided it's going to be a short little stint to the checkered flag. The question will be, will the yellow flag come out again, or are we going to finish this one under green? No more worrying about pit stops, no more worrying about fuel, no more worrying about tires. It's run what you brung time here at Phoenix. And the man up front, the 9 car, Jeffrey Applegren, looking to try and take away a win tonight. Be the 4th driver in 4 races to win a race here at Racing for a Cause. Brought to you by us here at Catamount Racing Network.
One person who's not ending their night the way that they wanted to is the 18 of the AJ Hamill, who's sitting on pit road right now. Chris, he's got some front end damage. And it looks like he might have actually packed up and brought right to the hauler.
Yeah, it's in the hauler. AJ Hamill, definitely not the night he was looking for. Definitely thought he had a car to win tonight, and it turns out that he is unable to finish. The car is in the hauler, and he is looking for the nearest way to get on the interstate.
Well, hopefully he takes that time to get a little bit of jump, head over to Auto Club, maybe hit the beach, relax a little bit, and come back and do it again next week.
You realize that we were a couple of Vermonters and you just said hit the beach while we're in the middle of another nor'easter?
Now, I don't know about you, but 612 is nothing but a dusting to us Vermonters. But I say get the beach chairs out, start a little bonfire, and crack some cold ones. I won't be saying that tomorrow morning at about 0400 when I get up to shovel the driveway.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it my way.
Yeah, there you go. Connor Parisi in the 95. It looks like he has developed a serious blinking problem. If you're not familiar with iRacing and the blinking problem, every now and again, your computer or the network or something associated, it loses touch with iRacing servers. And whenever you see that 95 car disappear and come back, it means it lost touch with the server for whatever reason, just for a moment. It could be the computer, it could be the network, it could be a lot of different things. Hopefully, we don't have total engine failure. That's what I call it, total engine failure, if you're not able to finish because you blink out of the race and disconnect from that 95. Because right now, running second, looking very good doing it.
Well, one thing we just talked about, Chris, is that the Northeast is having a little bit of a snowstorm right now. I know it's big down in Massachusetts. I know Connor Parisi's sitting over there in Maryland as he's protecting our nation there, which I thank him for. But that very well could be an issue, too, is that, you know, it's just a little bit of overload. So I think we've been pretty lucky here so far as the pace car comes off when we go green.
Jeff Applegren with a nice restart, but the 95, Connor Parisi was on it that time. Jeff Applegren not able to pull away like he has in the past, but still up front.
There's definitely a good battle there, Chris. Eric he just slapped the wall pretty hard. That's going to probably make him lose a little bit of time, but not much, as he's still reclaiming his third position. But he was giving a miracle to Connor Priest in that 95.
Eric Task. Yeah, Eric Task, boy, he was pushing that car, and it pushed right into the wall. All right, lap number 95. I think we're running about 3 laps of caution. We're not done with this one yet. Jeff Applegren, his palms must be sweating. The steering wheel's being gripped tighter than he's ever gripped it before. Looking for that first win here of the Xfinity Series for him in that number 9 car.
Right now, the lights on the pace car are still on, Chris. We're 5 to go. It's going to be a really short shootout here. Hopefully, we can finish under green. Unless you're that number 9 car, one thing to look out for is maybe a stray water bottle that might fly out the window.
Well, it might be coming from the 9 car. No doubt about that. Something just happened to the 2 car of Terry Renner on pit road. It was coming down, the next thing I knew, he was pointing in a different direction. So Terry Renner not finishing this one the way he wanted to either.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting that number 2 car towed back to the pits, Chris. He's going to be packing up that hauler early to head over to Auto Club also.
Well, a lot of names conspicuous by their absence here tonight. Andy Lambert, Chris Medford, Dick Greenaway, just to name a few. Of course, I know Dick, he's on vacation. He's actually out pretty darn close to this track right now. So Dick, if you're watching this, hey, I hope you're having a good time. Don't fall into the big hole. He's getting ready to see the Grand Canyon. Two laps to go. Pace car lights are off. We are going to go green flag racing one more time, and I do mean one more time. It's either going to be checkers or wreckers to finish this race. I'm not a betting man, so I'm not going to tell you which way I think it's going to go.
On a few short seconds, Chris, we're going to find out. We got 2 laps to go as we come around. This is going to get real interesting.
Jeff Applegren looking for a restart of his life. As he leads the field down, he hits the gas. Jeff Applegren in the 9, he takes off. The 99 car, Eric Tesk, battling away for second. He has second place. Eric Tesk is in second. Connor Parisi back to third. Justin McDuff fourth. Jeff Applegren in the 9 car, looking in the mirror, making sure nobody's behind him. He drops down the apron and back up onto the track. Jeff Applegren comes around for the final lap. Final turn. Jeff Applegren looks to maybe go. Oh my goodness, it's going to be close. Jeff Applegren by 5/100ths of a second.
That was a good close one.
Well, we knew it was going to end. We just didn't know how. Jeff Applegren in the 9 car, first time winner here in the series for the 4th week in a row. Jeff Applegren in the 9 coming home first place tonight. Eric Tesk second, Connor Parisi third. Lots of fun going on at the end of the race, but the 9 car getting set to burn the house down. Ooh. Looks like they're just lining it up. And we're not going to wait tonight. We're going to get right into it. Driver of the number 95 car, your friend and mine, Connor Parisi. Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm doing really well, Connor. And, you know, congratulations on the 3rd place finish, bud. I know it was a long race. Why don't you go ahead and take me through it?
First off, I just got to apologize for the connection issues. I'm sure it didn't look good on the broadcast, and I know it was affecting the, the racing a little bit. So I just want to apologize for that.
Well, we might have noticed a couple of blinks there, especially towards the end, but the last couple of laps, the ones that really mattered, you were solid. And, you know, we explained it away. There is a snowstorm going on. I'm sure that's not helping matters. But tell me, how did... it's tough because we didn't have a lot of long green flag runs, but tell me what you thought of the car and the track.
Phoenix is one of my favorite tracks. I just like the way it, it runs. You can run high if you need to pass. The dog leg's always interesting. And man, these speed cars are my favorite oval cars to run, so it was just a good combo for me.
Well, brother, you started the race in 14th position. You moved up to 3rd. It was a joy watching you move up that way, so congratulations on 3rd place. But is there anybody out there you want to thank?
I gotta thank Terry, the Nerd Renner, first of all, for all these awesome paint jobs. I gotta thank my wife for letting me run all these races all the time. And you guys for putting on this awesome league and the great broadcast.
Oh, it's people like you that make it so good. Connor Parisi, driver of the 95, coming home in 3rd place tonight. Thank you very much, Connor. Coming home in 2nd place, driver of the 99 car, it's Eric Tesk. Eric, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Well, Eric, it's been a while since we've talked, but it's good to see you back out on track. A 2nd place finish to start it off. How you feeling about the race?
Well, we had some yellow flags though, but lots of strategy going on. I thought I was quicker because we had some fresher tires than everyone around us, but sadly enough, we, that half-tenth of a second came too short. But after all, we're happy with it.
Well, first and foremost, Eric, I want to say welcome back, bud. I mean, you've been with us there for quite a while in a couple other seasons, so it's great to have you back. It's great to see that pink Susan G. Coleman car back out there. You started 5th tonight. You finished 2nd, so congratulations. You put on one heck of a race, man, and it was really a lot of fun to watch you and to have you back here. Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank my I don't know, just the Susan. Well, I'm tired. Want to also thank Sim Art, Track Art, and Sim Labs.
Outstanding. It's definitely late for you, bud. What time is it local for you?
3:30 a.m.
Oh, Eric.
Dedication.
Every week. We're gonna do it.
God bless you, my friend. Hey, great job again on a 2nd place finish, Eric Tesk, driver of the 99 car, coming home 2nd place tonight. And that leaves one, but where did he go?
Or did he go? He was there in the Victory Lane booth.
Well, I don't
Interesting.
see him right now, so guess what? In lieu of him actually being here, Jeff Applegren, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy? Yes, I do. Jeff, congratulations on your lead tonight and your big win. Thank you very much. Jeff, do you have anybody you'd like to thank tonight? Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Racing for a Cause and all the great drivers. I want to thank all of you viewers out there for coming out and spending time with us on a Tuesday night. I really appreciate you watching me get my first win here of the Xfinity Series, and I look forward to doing it even more next week. Jeff, again, congratulations. Really do appreciate it. You have yourself a great night. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how we do it if you disappear.
I'll do that a little different. You know, maybe we could have gotten Terry up here to pretend, but he's like I said, he packed it up in the holler, man. He's heading to Auto Club, and that's where we're heading next week here, Chris. So we'll see you next Tuesday with the Service King 75 from Auto Club Speedway.
It's just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for coming out. We really, really do appreciate it. Spending time with us on a Tuesday night. And man, what a race. It was tough. No lie there. It was definitely tough, but we got through it. And we're looking forward to doing it again next week. Until then, have a very, very great night.
Be safe, everybody. Thank you.